Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start our next topic, that is government company. Now, first of all, you must know what is government company. A government company is a company in which government has minimum 51% of the paid up share capital. That may be by the central government or the state government or partially by the center or state, or it can be both the state governments. So if government is holding 51% of the share capital, that is 51% of the capital is invested by the government, so the major decision making power is in the hands of government. And that form of public sector in which 51% of the share, 51% of the capital is invested by the government. Government may be anyone. I told you the center, the state, partially the center or the state, or maybe the two state governments can also invest in that form of public sector. That organization, that sector is known as government company. 51% is held by the government and 49% is held by the public, by the private, right? And they are registered under the Companies Act 2013. Now, this Act 1956, it has been changed. It has been changed now. It's no more applicable because time to time, what happens? The laws, they remain changing according to the changing business environment. So, now which law is applicable? That is Companies Act 2013 is applicable, right? So 2013 is applicable now. So those organizations, that sector is known as government company, in which 51% of the share is invested by the government, right? And they are formed according to the Indian Companies Act 2013. Okay? No more applicable. 1956 Act is no more applicable. Various amendments are made. Now the new Act is 2013. Yes, now this Act is applicable, right? So this is applicable now. Now the next one is what the features of the government company. First of all, I'll tell you some of the examples of the government company. They are Hindustan Machine Tools, HMT, National Fertilizer Limited, NFL, State Trading Corporation of India, Coal India Limited, Hindustan Aeronauticals Limited, Mysore Paper Mills, BHEL, all are the examples of the government companies, right? Next is the features of the government company. First feature is the formation. Formation is like the other companies. It is formed under the Companies Act 2013 and it comply with all the rules and regulations of the Companies Act. अगर इसमें कुछ चेंजेस करने हैं, अगर गवर्नमेंट चाहती है कुछ रिलैक्सेशन करना, कुछ प्रोविजंस में रिलैक्सेशन करना, तो सबसे पहले उन चेंजेस को पार्लियामेंट में पास करवाना पड़ेगा. इट मस्ट बी ऑथराइज्ड बाय द पार्लियामेंट and then some relaxations can be given. If it is not authorized by the parliament, if it is not passed by the parliament, it cannot be, nothing can be changed in the Indian Companies Act 2013. Now, ownership, I told you that government holds minimum 51% of the paid up share capital, and that may be entirely of the central government or the state government, entirely by the state government or partially in the name of the central government and the state government or one or more state governments. Yes, this is the ownership status of the government companies. Then management, they are managed by the board of directors and mostly the appointment, the directors are appointed by the government, right? Because maximum ownership is of the government. 51% of the capital is invested by the government. So the government has the authority to appoint the directors. But private persons can also be the directors in these type of companies. So government companies, they are managed by the board of directors And who appoint the board of directors? Yes, students, board of directors are appointed by the government, but private persons can also be the directors in the government companies. The next feature is the financing. Financing is by the government as well as from the public. Yani government companies can borrow from the public by inviting shares. शेयर्स इशू करके गवर्नमेंट पब्लिक से ये पैसे बोरो कर सकती हैं जैसे अदर कंपनीज बोरो करती हैं. अपॉइंटमेंट आर मेड अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर ओन सर्विस कंडीशन, जैसे उनके रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होंगे दे आर अपॉइंटेड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट. But in the departmental undertaking, entrance UPSC, you have to clear that, then you will be appointed. But in the government companies, they have their own rules and regulations. Separate legal entity, they have a separate legal entity. It means what? That they can purchase property in their own name. That is the main feature. And they have contract. They can enter into the contract with the other parties by their own name. And they can be sued and can be sued also. The next is administrative autonomy. What is autonomy? It is freedom to make decisions. Autonomy is what? Autonomy means powers to make decisions. So government companies have complete administrative autonomy. Like department undertaking, autonomy nahi hoti hai. They can't make their own decisions. They have to work according to the ministry concerned. But government companies, they can make their own decisions. They can form rules regarding their internal management, how they are going to manage their own business. They can form the rules. They can form their own rules. So there is complete administrative autonomy in the government companies. Next one is easy formation. I told you, no need to pass any act. Like in the statutory corporations, there is no need for the consent of the government as in the departmental undertaking. In the government companies, you have just to comply all the rules and regulations of the Companies Act 2013 to form that. I told you, we have learned the steps in when we were discussing the forms of business organization. We have learned the steps how a company is formed. Similar steps have to be taken while forming the government companies. Only the difference is that 51% of the capital is invested by the government itself. Then autonomy in operations are there. Government companies, and they can function independently, and there is less government interference in the government companies. Flexibility hai, they can change their rules without any difficulty when there is an hour of need, when their need is there, when there is emergency, they can change their rules without any difficulty. So we'll discuss now the some more merits. Quick decisions are taken, and because as there is absence of unnecessary formalities as in the department undertaking and public corporations, and red tapeism. What is red tapeism? That is excess file work. बहुत ज़्यादा file work, pending file work इकट्ठे करते जाना. That is absent in the government companies. So they can take their decisions quickly. Then easy financing, it is finances are given provided by the government as well as they can also borrow from the public by issuing the shares. Benefit of private participation is there. Private sector can have share in the government companies. 51% government का है तो 49% private sector इसमें invest कर सकता है. Professional managers of the private sectors, they can also be utilized by as a board of directors. Their services can be utilized. Next is the limitations of the government companies. Now, one hand we are saying that there is complete operational autonomy, but that's an only eyewash. Actually, what? The board of directors, they are appointed by the government. They are nominated by the government. So, somewhere they are influenced, they are dominated by the government, right? So, it can be said that they have complete autonomy, but in reality, they do not have complete operational autonomy. Government do interfere in the working of the government companies. Then no continuity in policies. Once the policies are made by the chairman and the board of directors, senior officers of the government company, they may be changes in that. Why? Because after every 2 years period, the chairman and the senior officers, they are replaced, they are changed. So माइट बी अगर मैं आई हूँ, मैंने कोई पॉलिसी बनाई है और आफ्टर 2 years आई एम चेंज्ड, आई हैव बीन रिप्लेस्ड फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट company, the next director or the next senior officer may apply different policies because there is flexibility in the working of the government companies. So the policies may be changed. So there may be frequent changes in the policies and continuity in the changes due to the change in policies, right? Then next one is lack of professional efficiency because the board of directors, they are appointed by the government, they are nomination, they are the ministries, they are the government, they are appointed by the government ministries. So proficiency is not found in the directors who are nominated by the government. So company becomes a government department in place of business undertaking. You know that in other companies, if we talk of the big companies like Tata, Reliance Industries, so they hire efficient managers to run their business undertakings. But in the departmental undertakings, because of the government interference is there, uh, indirectly there is government holding control is there. The directors of the company may be not professionally so efficient as in the other business undertakings. Um, the next one is that utility कहाँ पर है, गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज कहाँ हम ओपन कर सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज हम ओपन कर सकते हैं वेयर, जहां पर प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप इज आल्सो नीडेड अलोंग विद द गवर्नमेंट, जहां पर एक्टिविटीज रिलेटेड टू फाइनेंस आर इनकरेज सच एज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्टेट ट्रेडिंग कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया, जहां पर डेंजर है कि एम्प्लॉइज के जो इंटरेस्ट है दे आर गोइंग टू सफर, वहां पर वी कैन फॉर्म द गवर्नमेंट कंपनी एंड वेयर द गवर्नमेंट वांट्स टू ट्रांसफर their share, their interest to the private sector, there we can form the government company. The next is the difference between the public corporations, the government undertaking, as well as the department undertakings. First of all, you know that department undertaking, they are formed, it's just a revision of the concepts which we have already completed. So department undertakings are formed by the ministry concerned, they are formed by the government. Public corporations are formed by special act of the parliament, and government companies are formed according to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. Ownership compulsory of the government in the department undertaking. Public corporation compulsory of the government, ownership is of the government, whereas in the government companies the ownership is of the public as well as private both. Management through the ministry concerned, department undertaking, they are managed, run, controlled, supervised, governed by the ministry concerned. Public corporations through the directors which are nominated by the government, and private sectors can also be the directors. They are managed by the directors which are appointed by the government companies, but the private individuals can also be the directors in the government company. Financing, complete financing by the government, ban on taking loan from the public. You can't borrow from the public by issuing shares. Public corporations, no ban on taking loan from the public. They can take loan from the public, but in the government companies, both the private sector as well as the government capital is invested. यानी इसमें आप शेयर इशू करके पब्लिक से बोरो कर सकते हैं. अपॉइंटमेंट्स, सारी अपॉइंटमेंट्स गवर्नमेंट करती है. पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशंस में उनके अपने रूल्स होते हैं. सिमिलरली गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज पे भी अपने रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं. सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी कोई नहीं है. डिपार्टमेंट अंडरटेकिंग की नो सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी इज देयर, एंड public corporations, they have separate legal entity, and government companies, they also do have separate legal entities. Administrative autonomy नहीं होती है department undertaking में. पूरे decisions are controlled, managed by the ministry concerned. They cannot change their policies, they cannot change their own, they can change their rules, they cannot make their own rules. Then public corporation में some administrative autonomy is there, whereas government companies में much administrative autonomy is there. सुटेबल कहाँ होगी डिपार्टमेंट अंडरटेकिंग, जहां हमें बहुत सारी सीक्रेसी चाहिए, जो पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस, पब्लिक वेलफेयर का काम है, जहां पर सर्विस मोटिव मेन है. ठीक है, और यहाँ पर पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट इज ऑफ अटमोस्ट प्रायोरिटी एंड मच कैपिटल रिक्वायर्ड है, वहां पर पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशंस. लेकिन यहाँ पर क्या होगा, इकोनॉमिक इंटरेस्ट प्रिवेल करते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स, पोस्ट एंड टेलीग्राफ डिपार्टमेंट, LSA is the example of public corporations. HMT is the example of government companies. Now, what is the difference between the public enterprises and the private sector enterprises? First of all, main objective of the public sector is service motive. Priority उनकी service है. Economic motives are secondary. लेकिन private enterprises का main aim क्या है? Yes, main is only profits. Then ownership, यहाँ पर जो ownership है या तो entirely government की है, यानी public sector की बात कर रही हूँ, या entirely partially है. Partially मतलब half, 51% of the government, 49% of the private sector. ज्यादा होल्ड किसका है? गवर्नमेंट का है. और ऑनरशिप यहाँ पर किसका होगा? एंटायरली विद द प्राइवेट पर्संस, राइट? फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज, फॉर्म्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, डिपार्टमेंट अंडरटेकिंग इज अ पब्लिक सेक्टर, सिमिलरली पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशन, एंड देन इज द गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज. और यहाँ पर कौन है? sole trader, partnership, companies, cooperative societies, all come under the private enterprises that we have already discussed in detail. Then next is the financial resources supplied entirely by the government or mostly by the government. In the government companies, 51% of the capital is invested by the government. Then supplied entirely by the private investors. Evidence of success. How we can say that this company is very good, successful? It is by the quality of production, by the quality of goods produced, by the decreasing cost. लेकिन private sector में efficiency किसको माना जाता है? Higher profits को. Higher the profits, उतनी ही company हम successful कहेंगे. Personal risk negligible है. Company loss में भी जा रही है, यानी public sector अगर loss में भी है, then even कोई risk नहीं है उनको. Negligible है, क्योंकि government is holding, it's taking all the risk. लेकिन कंप्लीट ऑनर का रिस्क होता है, किसमें होता है? इन द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. ऑटोनॉमी लेस होती है, यानी डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर लेस होती है. मैनेज बाय द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, जितने भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस के अकॉर्डिंगली चलना पड़ता है. लेकिन यहाँ पर नो चेक ऑफ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन इज देयर. एरिया ऑफ ऑपरेशन क्या है? जहां पर पब्लिक के इंटरेस्ट है, पब्लिक की सेटिस्फेक्शन, पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस. So we are needing more capital. Fields where the possibility of earning more and more profits, वहाँ पे private sector applicable है. Political interference बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. आप डिपार्टमेंटल में देख लो, पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशंस में देख लो, या गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज में देख लो, सब में गवर्नमेंट का बहुत ज़्यादा पॉलिटिकल इंटरवेंशन रहता है. लेकिन प्राइवेट सेक्टर में ऐसा इंटरवेंशन नहीं होता. मैनेजमेंट कौन करता है? पब्लिक सेक्टर को गवर्नमेंट करता है, या उसके जो नॉमिनेटेड ऑफिसर होते हैं, जो कि वर्किंग कैसे करते हैं? डायरेक्शंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट में. लेकिन यहाँ पे मैनेजमेंट कौन करता है? बाय द प्राइवेट इंडिविजुअल्स. That's all. I hope the difference is clear to you, and I hope that the public sector, in the public sector, government companies, departmental undertaking, and the private public corporations, the difference is clear. And if there is any query, you can ask me personally. And moreover, in this chapter, few topics have been deleted. That is the joint venture and PPP. PPP is public-private partnership. You may mark on your book that according to the revised syllabus, right? अभी आपके मैंने ग्रुप पे भी पोस्ट किया था. So business studies के आप उसी चैप्टर पे मार्क कर लीजिए कि ये टॉपिक्स जो हैं that is now deleted from your syllabus, right? Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Stay safe and stay happy. Thanks a lot.